We here at Rock City stock about 40 different origins, country of beans from 40 different countries. Coffee is grown all over the world in the tropics, all the way around. So we have beans, these are from India, these are from Yemen, Ethiopia in East Africa, and this is Colombian from South America. So we get them from Central America, South America, a lot of Indonesian beans from East Timor we talked about earlier, or Indonesia, Java. Some of the Indonesian islands Sumatra have wonderful coffees. The only American coffee, of course, is grown in Hawaii, and we do have that. So it comes actually from all over the world. They arrive to us in these sacks of roughly 70 kilos or 135 pounds or so. And they look like this. That's why they're called green beans. We get them like this, and then they're roasted, and the process takes, depending on the roast, if it's a single origin bean, it can take anywhere from, say, 12 to 18 minutes till it ends up looking like this. Everybody knows what coffee looks like when it's roasted, but this is basically the same. This is a dark roast of this bean, and then this would be a medium roast. And the color has to do with time and temperature and my personal taste. It's very subjective how we choose to roast the beans. Some beans we think are just, the flavor is better if it's roasted darker. And yet in some of these varietals, the subtleties of some of the varietals, they get lost after a certain point, and you start tasting my work, which is the dark part rather than the bean itself. Different beans from different origins have different flavors and different qualities, very much like wine grapes. And the way you select them is you taste them. Of course, you get reports of other people tasting them and what they think. And then if it interests you, you actually get a sample of the bean out of the bag, the actual bag you get, because it varies that much. Even a different harvest from the same bean in the same field in the same year can actually have differences. So the beans you buy, you actually taste before you take delivery of them. And then, like any other agricultural product, there are little variances, differences between harvests, different years. Some years, for instance, there were many years where the coffee from Java, and I'm not sure if it was the fires or whatever, it was just not very good. It was not what it was traditionally like for 8 or 9 years, and so we simply didn't buy it. And then all of a sudden, 2 years ago, a harvest came in, and it was just like the Java of the old days, and it was beautiful coffee. And so those vagaries, like any other agricultural product, those happen, and that's why you're constantly roasting and tasting all the time.